Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel Charles Morris. And there's another crime that has actually came up after talking about the Alex Murdaugh murder with Paul Maggie Murdaugh. Alex Murdaugh was the one that shot and killed both of them. And this is quite a terrible murder that has happened. And this one was kind of like, you know, kept secret so nobody would actually be hearing about it, but this one is, I gotta say, this is quite the murder that has ended up happening. Now, I gotta say, this is quite the murder here. This has ended up happening right near the woods of Aiden Fucci's home. And this has been happening on the 9th of May back in 2021. Now, this was off of a neighbor security camera, and it shows Aiden Fucci and Tristan Bailey walking in the woods together. And what does Aiden Fucci do? He stabs Tristan Bailey, who is a 13-year-old, and he stabs her to death. Now, I'm gonna give that listing. And this is what a judge has actually come up with, and what had found in the autopsy report out of Tristan Bailey's body. "114 stab wounds Tristan Bailey received. 49 defensive wounds that had come from Tristan Bailey because she was aware that Aiden Fucci was going to stab someone. He didn't say who, but she was well aware that she probably would have been the selected target. Tristan Bailey received 35 wounds to the head and neck, 29 to the back and shoulder, and 6 fatal wounds. Now later, Anthony Fucci covers up his crime by disposing the murder weapon, which is a knife. He used a knife to stab 13-year-old Tristan Bailey to death. And he threw the knife into a lake and made an attempt to conceal evidence by hiding his shoes and shirt and jeans, taking a shower, and stealthily entering his home. The actions immediately after with the Snapchat videos in the back of the police car, he made up story about pushing Tristan Bailey and hitting her head. Aiden Fucci will be taken to Duval County Jail and be transported to the Florida State prison system. And because he's very, very young, and he's not over 18, he's 14 at the time that the crime happened. So that would, now that he appeared in court in 2023, that would probably make him 16. I don't know the exact date of when his birth date is, or when his birthday is, but he probably would have been like 16 or 15 at the time. 16 or 15. So, 15 or 16, it could have been either one. That's still pretty young there, and because he's not 18 or over, the punishable by death is not as suitable to him. He's not at like the legal jail age to be like convicted of a crime and be taken to jail. He the one verdict that he received is guilty, and the judge has ordered him to be locked up for life in prison. So yeah, I just gotta say, this is quite bad for him. Especially his family can't spend time with him anymore, because he is supposed to be locked up for life. Now, I'm sure he deserves to be locked up for life, especially when it comes to him taking the life of another person. And yeah, I think locked up for life seems to be like the suitable punishment for anybody who attempts to try to murder. His only desire in trying to murder Tristan Bailey was to satisfy his desire on wanting to kill somebody. He told his friend and his girlfriend that he was going to kill somebody. He told his girlfriend that he was going to do this. Now, I don't know if his girlfriend was Tristan Bailey. I don't know what was on Anthony Fucci's mind other than this murder. This murder was plotted by Anthony Fucci, and he told somebody that he was going to do this. And he fulfilled what he wanted to get done. He wanted to watch somebody bleed out. He wanted to experience what it was like to actually feel what somebody's, what it'd be like for somebody to bleed out. And I think that Anthony Fucci, or Aiden Fucci, had tried to kind of like took it like a bit of a big joke until after he was found, guilty, and you could tell by the expression on his face that he was pretty ashamed of what he did when he found out that he was going to be serving life in prison. Now, I gotta say, this is very, very, sad for him, right there. Now he's gonna be spending his life in prison, and that stuff. And he's not gonna be able to spend the holidays anymore with his family, and that stuff, after what he's done. And this is sad. Could you imagine how, sad it is to spend your whole entire life in jail because of what you actually decided to do? To actually try to go and actually try to murder somebody. I think it's bad enough. I think what Aiden Fucci did to Tristan Bailey was pretty bad enough for him to actually bear with what he actually had done to Tristan Bailey. I think a murder is too much for somebody to actually bear. I mean, hey, he actually wanted to feel what it was like to kill somebody, and this is exactly what he's going to have to go. This is exactly what he's going to have to deal with. I mean, yeah, if you think that you could, if you had the idea of, like, I wanted to get, like, if you were, somebody that actually wanted to, experience what it was like to kill somebody, watch somebody bleed out and that stuff, don't be surprised that it turns out to be that you, that the result would turn out to be a bunch of guilt that will be piled up on you as an individual because you decided to just have this bright idea to just go and murder somebody. I mean, it really, I gotta say, Aiden Fucci wanted to experience what it felt like, and he fulfilled his desire by killing Tristan Bailey, and he gets what he deserves. The judge said that he pretty much knew what his consequence was going to be, so now this is what Aiden Fucci is going to have to deal with for the rest of his life. And that's where, well, that's what I wanted to be saying in this video. Aiden Fucci is going to have to live with this for his whole entire lifetime. The death of Tristan Bailey, I think he feels very, very extremely guilty for what he did. Or just to be, convicted of his crimes and maybe not give a care whatsoever and that stuff. I mean, it's sad. It's very sad, really, to kill somebody just for the fact that you just want to feel what it's like to actually kill somebody. Yeah, I get it. You might feel cool about doing it, but in the end, people will find out that, hey, you had a bright idea to go and do this. You decided to go off and try to kill somebody. You think people are going to be shocked and probably surprised that you decided to just go and kill somebody? They'd be shocked that you were the murderer, and that's would be a big shock if there was anybody, like, in the members of your family that found out that you were going to decide to go and kill somebody and that stuff. You would be pretty shocked to hear it. And I would be too. I would be too if I ever found out that there was somebody that was in the, that was a family member in my family that decided that they were going to go and try to kill somebody. I would be shocked too. And everybody else would. But, you know, most of the time, sometimes, once you kill somebody, you normally get a label on your head that, you're considered, dangerous. Alec Murdaugh, his judge had called him a monster for the murder of, Paul and Maggie Murdaugh. And Alex Murdaugh is serving 2 life sentences that are running non-stop. Aiden Fucci is serving a life in prison for the stabbing of Tristan Bailey. And that's the reality that both these killers are going to have to live with. Alex Murdaugh is going to have to live with his reality of him killing Maggie and Paul Murdaugh. And Aiden Fucci is going to have to deal with the reality that he stabbed Tristan Bailey. And he told Tristan Bailey that he was going to do this. Now, maybe he didn't tell Tristan Bailey, but I think Tristan Bailey was a trusted friend, so I was going to guess that he told Tristan Bailey that he was going to murder somebody. And I think any kind of murderers are pretty bad people. once you, once you murder somebody and that stuff, that's kind of like the reality that you're gonna have to, end up dealing with. And the pain that you have to bear with after you murder somebody is pretty big. And then people are gonna be like, shame on you for going and murdering somebody out of out of a feeling of you wanting to experience what it was like to feel somebody to shame on you for going and doing this for just to fulfill your desire on what it was like for somebody to bleed out to death. Or shame on you because you did this for, like, out of, like, some kind of revenge motive, which there was absolutely no motive on this crime at all. And this is what Aiden Fucci has to deal with, and this is how it's going to be for the rest of his life. He is going to be locked up in prison, and he is pretty much going to be staying in prison for the rest of his life. The same thing for Alex Murdaugh. And it's sad to see people serve life sentences, because once you serve your sentences for life, jail or prison is your home. You don't get that comfy bed, you don't get that comfy, comfortable living luxury anymore. You get to sleep on a hard bed and not much of a comfy pillow for you to sleep on anymore. Yeah, you're probably gonna have some horrible pain in your body, but that's because you decided to commit a crime. And this crime that Aiden Fucci had committed was it was considered first degree murder, which is a capital crime, and it normally results in punishable by death or life imprisonment. And like I said, Aiden Fucci is under 18, and the suitable punishment was life imprisonment for him. And that's what I have to say in this video for today. This is Charles Morris. Have a good day. Any murderer out there who has this bright idea to just go out and murder people, whether it's first or second degree, normally that's going to lead to the result of punishable by death or life imprisonment, depending on what a judge decides. I can't make the choices for murderers. I'm not a judge. I'm just saying this is what a judge can decide, and I'm no lawyer, but I keep track of what had been said in this court case for the stabbing of Tristan Bailey. I've been on paper here. I have Aiden Fucci, what he had been told by the judge after the judge had looked at the autopsy reports on Tristan Bailey. And a lot of what I had written down is the evidence that had been found. So, please, I just want to make it clear that I've been saying what was based off of evidence in the Tristan Bailey stabbing trial that Aiden Fucci had to attend. And murderers normally then result in their verdicts. When they're found guilty, they normally either get the death sentence or life imprisonment. This is Charles Morris. Have a good day. And it's sad to see that these murderers have to spend the rest of their life in prison and not being able to attend holiday events with their families anymore because of the crimes that they committed. It's sad. Have a good day. I will see you all in my next video.